Ladies and gentlemen, happy football Sunday and welcome back to Hold My Nugget Studios live from Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin for your fourth and final game of Divisional weekend as the Green Bay Packers host the Seattle Seahawks in Game 4 of your 2019 NFL Divisional Playoff Game Highlight Commentary. Aaron Rodgers rolling towards his right. He's got Davante Adams and they're already in Seattle territory on their opening drive. Time to get on the scale. How much does Jimmy weigh? Jimmy ton, Jimmy pound, Jimmy ounce, Jimmy Graham, first down Packers. Green Bay would open up their Bible to 2nd Dreadlocks 2 verses 12. Danica Patrick says, after a long session of coitus, Aaron Rodgers' hamstrings get sore. Trusting the power of dreadlocks, Davante Adams will get you your first score. Might as well put Green Bay in a Staples commercial, cuz.
That was easy.
Ensuing drive, Russell, I turn the hoe into a housewife Wilson. With fine Jacob, we don't wear Hanes, we wear Hollister. Moving the chains. There appears to be a fumble on the play recovered by Green Bay, but the referees say he's down by contact. It'd be challenged by the Packers, but in a rather unfortunate situation for the Green Bay Packers. Although there was a clear fumble, there was no direct angle to provide conclusive evidence that they did pounce on the football, so Seattle would maintain possession. A few plays later, 3rd and 10 from the 41-yard line for the Seahawks, and you would have thought this was Naughty America's blow bang because Russell Wilson spent all his time on the ball. He'd finally release the football, it'd be incomplete. They're going to be forced to punt. Both teams would exchange punts, and on the next Seattle possession, Russell Wilson would go to Zales and say, "Can I have a Tyler Lockett?" And they're in Packers territory. And that set up Jason Myers from 45 yards out. He kicks it through the uprights. It's good. We're into the second quarter, and somebody please grab Seattle's controller on Madden because nobody's playing man coverage on Davante Adams. This is ridiculous. He's already in Seattle territory. And you would think they would start covering him. Absolutely not. This man is rubbing his nutsack on their defense. You've got to be kidding me. Look at 79, fat ass. Homie almost tore Quandre Diggs' Achilles, but it's on 2nd and 12. Aaron Rodgers looking to go deep to Davante Adams, but they would draw a flag. Laundry on the field. Pass interference on the defense. Turns out the dreadlock powers is not as strong as you thought it was, Shaquille Griffin. Automatic first down. Now in the period-colored zone, Aaron Rodgers would hand the football to A.A. Jones, and he'd go into the end zone for A.A. touchdown, and the Packers have a 2-possession lead. Although I don't think this was a score, but they called it touchdown on the field, and it's the same situation as before. Although all scoring plays are reviewed, if there's no conclusive evidence he did not cross, the initial call would remain the same. So Seattle fans, if you're looking for somebody to blame Bobby Wagner's big-ass body getting in the way of the football. Ensuing drive, back to Zales goes Russell. I turned the hoe into a housewife Wilson. Looking down the field, he's got Tyler Lockett at the 50. It's about time to turn on an N64, put in that cartridge. Donkey Kong 64 created character player 1, DK Metcalf, is inside the 25. Hey Russell, sorry to tell you, but
looks like you're about to get pwned.
Damn it, Jason Myers, you didn't account for that skarmory. And the Pokemon would push it wide to the right. On the very next play, turn on the cha-cha slide because we've got a reverse to Tyler. I'm not related to Michael because I got a different spelling for my last name, Irving, into Seattle territory. At this point, either Davante Adams got nude photos or the sex tape of the defensive quarter of the Seattle Seahawks, or they just simply can't cover him. This is ridiculous. Aaron Rodgers connects with member of the Ginyu Force, Jay Sternberger, and he would pick up 2 yards, but look at his helmet. It's elevated off the top of his head. He'd fall victim to the assault of Jadeveon Clowney with the face mask. Eagles fans watching Jadeveon Clowney get a flag, wishing that they got one last week for the hit on Wentz. Aaron Jones would turn into sweat in betwixt butt cheeks as he would squeeze through a tight space and pick up a first down. And on 3rd and goal, he'd find pay dirt, go into the end zone. 18-point lead for the Packers. But the man of faith, Russell Wilson, is not fazed whatsoever. He'd go back to Zales, find Tyler Lockett to move the chains, and then he'd showcase his education he learned while working at a vineyard, because he'd use his feet, pick up a first down, and carry it into Packers territory. Then he'd look over at the sideline and tell Aaron Rodgers, all these years I've studied you. I've learned the mastery of the Hail Mary. He'd heave it into the end zone and go down with a touch. Oh, did you think they scored? I graduated from Eddie Guerrero University. I lied. Went into the second half, 3rd and 6. Russell Wilson would do what Stephen Hawking can't. He'd use his legs once again, pick up the first down. He's back in Packers territory. It's time we play Madden once again. Use your character. You're going to select DK Metcalf. Make sure that you press triangle. Look at the elevation. Don't need to call maintenance for his elevator. It always gets to the top floor. But on 3rd and 4, it appears that the Seattle Seahawks would be participating in the Frank Costanza challenge because they'd be stopped short and it'd set up a 4th and 1 situation. This is a no-brainer. It's inside the 5-yard line. You've got beast mode back. The dreadlocks are outside of his helmet, so you already know what you have to do. Give this man the football. Here we go, 4th and 1. Beast mode doesn't get the football. Oh, they crazy? Wow, Tyler Lockett actually picked up the first down, but it's going to be 1st and goal from the 1. It worked out for you this time, but I'm telling you, give Beast Mode the ball, or I'm going to get apoplectic on the mic. 1st and goal. Evidently, they didn't graduate from Helen Keller University because they gave the football. They heard what the people said. They gave it to Beast Mode, and he went into the end zone for the score. And for the celebration, the traditional Beast Mode handshake. Hey, get your big ass off the floor, man. What you doing? Hey, Jimmy, which crackers are your last name named after? Is it pound? Is it ton? Is it ounce? It's Graham, as he'd cross into Seattle territory. Oh, you remember Devontae Adams? On 2nd and 6 from the 40-yard line, he'd make sure that there's wanted posters with his face on it in the state of Oregon, because he's continuing to kill the Seattle defense. Goes into the end zone for his 2nd score on the day. They couldn't cover this man if he was a twin-size bed with a king-size bed sheet. Even Ike Turner wasn't this damn abusive. DK Metcalf played so sensational last week, we done forgot Tyler Lockett even had the job as the starting receiver. He's starting to make his presence felt tonight, though. Fitting that we're on the Fox network, because Russell Wilson would turn on The Simpsons as he'd find Travis Homer Simpson for the first down. And then on 3rd and short, y'all remember them classic Madden games when you had to take your finger off the control stick and then press B in order to slide without having to dive forward? 1st and goal from the 7. They're not inside the 5, so nobody thinks Beast Mode's going to get the football. Wilson understands this. He'd go to Jared and he'd find Tyler Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown Seattle. They answer. These teams going punch for punch. You would have thought somebody ordered Tropicana. 3rd and 4. Rodgers looking towards his right.
Get out of here!
Hut, hut. Fuck. We've got a free play for Seattle. Russell Wilson floats the ball towards Tyler Lockett for the... I can't even lie to you. I'm shocked he held on to that football. 2nd and 11. Go to the DLC. Has created character player 1 DK Donkey Kong Metcalf moving the chains. And it's time to go window shopping. Oh no, I brought my wallet. I've got my money. Get me some of that, Jacob. We don't wear Hanes. We wear Hollister. Moving the chains. Russell Wilson trying to take his receipt to the sperm bank because he wants his comeback would somehow get the football to Travis Homer Simpson, who'd carry it inside the 5. Did you hear that, Pete Carroll? You're inside the 5. I would hope there's a certain individual with dreadlocks coming out of his helmet going to the field. Ain't that right, coach? Thank the Lord Pete Carroll watches Teen Titans, because Beast Boy would turn into beast mode and Marshawn Lynch would go into the end zone and cut the Packers lead to 5. If Seattle keeps this up, Danica Patrick won't be sucking a victorious Aaron Rodgers cock tonight. I did a good thing. I gave the ball to Marshawn Lynch. Yeah! Yeah! Hey, let's go for 2, guys. Get those Uno cards ready. Wilson takes the snap.
Shit. You want another one? Come at me, bro!
Jari Alexander shot out of a cannon. Russell Wilson got hit so hard, Sierra holding her left cheek. Seattle having scored 3 consecutive touchdowns. The Packers need to put together a drive and put points on the board. 2nd and 8. Rodgers uses his legs.
Come here.
I don't care what nobody says. If this was pro wrestling, this would have been one of the most elite finishing moves. KJ Wright grabs the face mask and then Shaquille Griffin drops the knee. Ladies and gentlemen, your brand new tag team champions. Oh, speaking of tag teams.
Oh my God.
Oh, shit!
The 15-finger Griffin brothers take down Aaron Rodgers. I'm going to hell. All momentum on the side of Seattle, down by 5, under 5 minutes left to play. Russell Wilson moving the chains. Russell Wilson marching down the field at will. He'd connect with his man in Green Bay. Game is on the line. How you drop that? Yo, what's wrong with him?
What the hell wrong with them? What's wrong with them? What's wrong with him?
What happened to his hands?
3rd and 5 for Russell Wilson. 3:20 left to play.
Come here.
Now get your bitch ass on the floor.
Where do you think you're going?
Rather than go for it, Seattle would elect to punt and trust their defense, which has stopped the Packers on their last 2 drives. Ron Rodgers would connect with Davante Adams, and they're in Seattle territory. With the game on the line, Seattle's been getting murdered by Davante Adams all night. You would think they double cover him. We got you, coach. We're going to stop him. We promise. They let you down. They can't stop him. Davante Adams been skeeting on the Seattle secondary so much, they might just be pregnant. 3rd and 9. Time for a little bit of vengeance. Why? Because the former Seattle Seahawk would put the game away as Jimmy Pound, Jimmy Ounce, Jimmy Ton, Jimmy Graham picks up the first down, takes the dead Namekian to the mausoleum because he put the nail in the coffin, and the Packers are going on to the NFC Championship to take on the 49ers. Jimmy Ton, Jimmy Ounce, Jimmy Pound, Jimmy Graham gets revenge on his former team and tells Seattle, you're not going to the NFC Championship. What you're going to do is reach into your wallet. You're going to take out your Metro cards and get aboard the L train. But your ride will be short-lived. No matter how depleted your team was, you go somewhere different. For your failures of being able to take your receipt to the sperm bank and getting your comeback. Your failures of taking down the Green Bay Packers and showcasing that you're not lactose intolerant. Your failures of advancing to the conference championship for the first time since 2014. Consider your names written down to Death Note, because your dreams of hoisting that Lombardi for the 2nd time, your dreams of giving Beast Mode the proper send-off that he deserves after coming out of retirement and eating Skittles to the sideline and scoring touchdown, your playoff quest of a championship has been absolutely deleted.
There's only one thing left to do. Gotta write their names in the Death Note. Delete!
Delete. 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 Deletion.
You will rest in peace.
That's how you can do it again.
Does it bother me that he does this every week?
Absolutely.
He did it one time, he can do it again.
Letter from Roger Goodell. AB, now you're a first-round draft pick. Make us proud. AB says, what changed, Roger?
Is that a trick question?
You remind me of a jackass.
Y'all stupid! Y'all stupid! Get your head out of your ass! That's stupid! Use your common sense!
Enough from the clown.
Why aren't you following me? Why haven't you subscribed already? You don't hear this shit? I'm hilarious.
What the hell's wrong with y'all? What's wrong with y'all? So what's on?
I'll pound you so hard there'll be nothing left of you. That's it, huh? You can't beat me! Here! I'll be sure to visit your grave! Over here! Do it! Just do it! Do it! Do it! Just do it!